आज का टॉपिक लाइक वी आर स्पीकिंग अबाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड रिकग्नाइजिंग sexual abuse in a girl child. Very important, very important. Every day in the news we are seeing क्या हो रहा है अभी, like the extreme of an abuse. Abuse has become a kind of an extreme ways where वो एक unacceptable and intolerable levels that it's just going on. So I think it is an important and sensitive topic we have to work on together to make a better society for our kids. We all have kids, right? Yeah. So it's important for me, it's important for you to discuss about it. So what is this sexual abuse? So sexual abuse, there are a lot of classifications, a lot of terminologies. So contact abuse, where something would be physical. Non-contact abuse, like sexual exploitation or showing a kid something, a bad illicit images or pornography. Online grooming, I'll tell you what grooming is. Without the consent of the child. Fundamental definition. The other types of words we use, rape, sexual assault, sexual harassment, incest, all the forms of sexual abuse जो है, there might be lot of ways it can happen. It cannot, वो just mere sex नहीं, it might be assault, it might be harassment. There is a very interesting study which says India may most of the times it happens at home, especially children की बारे में. When we speak about children, not teenagers and older people. 19% ये दुनिया में like if there are 100 children, 19 of them are from India. 19% of world children are there. Out of it, 42% are less than 18 years. You can see the potential of this particular group, and unfortunately 53% of girls and 23% of boys are experiencing abuse. This is a recent study. So 1 in 6, every 6 girls, like 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys. So if you take 4 girls, 1 in that. If you take 6 boys, 1 in that. So this frequency इतना ज़्यादा है. And see, we are filled with young people, so risk bhi utna hi zyada. It's very highly risky potential. So dark reality is most of the times it goes unreported. Fear, shame, cultural stigmas. Now, I want to take a pause here. I want you to tell a small story. Mera patient hai, she is my patient. So I'll tell you. Young girl hai, she is around 8 or 7 years old girl got by mother. She is not paying attention to studies, doctor. वो पढ़ाई में ध्यान नहीं देता. She is not able to sit in one place and study. That is a major complaint. Yes, proper evaluations we are trying to do. Everything was smart. Kid was so smart, so intelligent girl, absolutely fine. Now understand this. Further, when we speak about it, she said a word. See, my mother is not allowing me to go out and play. That is why I am feeling bored at home. Simple sentence. My mother is not allowing me to go and play outside with other kids. Oh, apartment. There comes the trick. When 2-3 sessions ke baad, where she started saying that mother was beating her few days back, like left and right she was beating her. She was just throwing things on her. She said, what was the reason? Did you do any mischief? She said, no doctor, I didn't do anything. She was just throwing at me. She was just angry at me for no reason. There comes the thing. Eventually we found who apartment mein one boy has abused her. This girl, she doesn't know that is a sexual abuse. But when mom saw certain stains of semen or something, like she understood that she has been abused. Mom was so scared, what if this goes out? So she was just taking her anger on the kid. वो एक sublimation, we call it a sublimation, where मेरे को इतना गुस्सा आ रहा है, I'll just thrash my kid down. See, that is what happens, the dark reality. Most of the times, kids are silent sufferers. They don't know whether that is sex, they don't know whether that is an abuse. Risk factors. Who are all at risk for this? Personal factors. Most from this again an Indian study which says most of the time sexual abuse is noticed between 7 to 13-year kids, children. Of course, disability children and children from poor socioeconomic status. There is one study which says opposite, where kids from higher social economic status are also equally suffering sexual abuse. So, environmental factors very important. Family dynamics, disrupted families, single parent families, lack of education, social isolation, societal factors 100%, lack of law enforcement, cultural norms, and gender identity. All these are major risk factors. Sudden change in academic performance. She got a medal in drawing, she got a medal in sports, she got a medal in science. Now suddenly कुछ भी नहीं है. It's just blank. Physical. Second sign is physical signs. Physical injuries, unexplained injuries. Frequency. UTI का मतलब urinary tract infections. Women, a girl child. First question or first doubt जो है, if she is having urinary tract infections, you should think about an abuse. Sexually transmitted infections. Emotional. Fear. They will be very fear of being alone. They want someone, they will be very clingy. Low self-esteem. I feel the way they speak, no, I am fit for nothing, kind of. Hostility and aggression, exactly opposite behaviors. They become very aggressive, not suicidal, they just keep throwing things, they become very aggressive. Withdrawn behaviors, they just get back to their rooms, not interact. So these are the three languages every one of us should understand. Kid will not most of the time speak about sexual abuse until unless they know what it is. Behavioral, physical, emotional. Very important. I'll just went a little more deeper if teachers want to understand what groups like kindergarten, like less than 7 years, 7 to 14, like I just made most of the time this preschool children the three things will be there. They become very clingy. Clingy ka matlab they become very they'll not leave your hand, they'll just come and hug you time and again. They want that security, they want that security. Change in the toilet habits, as I said, bedwetting. Imitating adult-like sexual behaviors with toys or pets. Yeah, like they'll keep a toy. Okay, fine. You touch me here. You touch me here. Behavior. If you see little older people, very important defiant behavior. Defiant behavior का मतलब they'll not agree with the parent. They will not obey the parent. Defiant is they become rebellious, especially to the authoritative figures. Very important. Mom and dad, they know they are the authority. The first rebellious behavior is to mom and dad. Unusual, inappropriate sexual interests. I wanted to know what it is. I wanted to just see what. Adolescence, very important, very sensitive part of your life. Self harms, cutting their hands, what not. I think I've seen clients bleeding their hands and their sometimes even throat for that matter. Substance abuse, very important. ये substance का मतलब alcohol, cannabis और even online addiction for that matter. कभी-कभी this is a way they cope up with their abuse. Exhibit promiscuous behaviors and become overly cautious about their work. Promiscuous behaviors are excessive sexual behaviors. I'll have two girlfriends. What's wrong in that? I'll have three boyfriends. What's wrong in that? These adolescents are they go little extreme. And apart from all this, certain hints and clues, certain artistic, there was a client of mine. When I asked her about the sexual abuse, she drew something like a man hitting her. There are a lot of clients of 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, बचपन पे sexual abuse होता. First complaint they say is My mother have not listened to what I said. My father has not listened to what I said. वो लोग they've just brushed it away. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. Don't worry. That is how they say. First complaint they say is my mother was not good, my father was not good. So please listen and believe the child. Say that, yes, probably that would have happened. You don't have to confirm it, but एक assurance, that means एक security and safe zone वहाँ पे build करना पड़ेगा. That's very important. Report. Report if you feel parents are the immediate people or the legal authorities, please report. Seeking a professional help is very important. Psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors, whoever. And of course, seeking a safe environment, bringing the kid back from a lot of times in hostels and other things. Just bring back the kid to a safe place. So immediately recognize, listen and believe, believe and believe. Tell every mother you come across, say that if your kid says something sensitive, first believe and say that I believe what you say. A small slide, what happens in the long term when someone goes through sexual abuse? Short term, definitely there will be fear and confusion. Long term, oh my God, you cannot even imagine the trauma they go through their lives. Mental health issues, depressions, drug abuses, everything, and academics, professional life. We call it as generalization. Generalization का मतलब I was only worried about bad touch and good touch. As I grow, हर एक चीज पे मेरे को there are a lot of people who says this. Every small thing I feel worried about. That is the damage sexual abuse can cause on a person. Very important. So preventing the sexual abuse, very important. I just written the steps. Teach body safety, discuss consent and privacy, promote open communication. Very important.